thank you for joining me for my first ever arc barrel mat class. I am using the balanced body arc barrel. I do have a removable step. It is made of the foam with 3 sort of hollowed out areas. I have a squishy ball. It is only 75% inflated. I also have 2 sticky mats underneath my arc barrel so it doesn't slip on my mat. Also, if you would like, I would go ahead and grab a towel in case the arc barrel is uncomfortable under you in any spot. You're welcome to put a towel down to sort of make it a little softer. So the great thing about the arc barrel is that it offers tactile feedback on body shifting. So when we roll down through the center, you can make sure that both sides of your back are hitting evenly and you're articulating down properly using proper use of your abdominals and muscles. When you roll down on the side, you can make sure that you're not skipping anything. You can make sure that you're actually properly articulating your body down because you will have the feedback of the arc barrel in a higher position than it would be on the mat. Also, when we're doing exercises like spine stretch or saw, you can make sure that you're not jerking your body away so that you roll over further. You're still maintaining that pullback on your abdominals. So you're continually using your abdominals and maintaining that contraction the whole time. Myself personally, I find that when I do spine stretch and saw, I'm actually folding over my legs so far that I lose the control or the contraction on my abdominals, and I could actually be doing more there, but I'm not. So many fun things to do with the arc barrel, right? Let's have some fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to begin sitting in the step. I'm sitting straight up. I'm gonna take my squishy ball, place it right above the knees between my thighs. I'm gonna place my arms in front of me. Coming out of my sternum and my 12th rib knee, my palms are facing up to encourage my shoulders sliding down my back. Take a nice inhale. I want to exhale. I'm just going to tuck my tail and place my sacrum flat against the arc barrel. So from hip to hip bone to my tailbone is all connected with the arc barrel. I'm pulling my belly button towards my spine. I'm wrapping my ribs strongly. The tips of my ribs and the tops of my hips are coming together. And I'm going to release up on the inhale. Exhale, tuck again. Try to tuck even deeper with your abdominals. Wrap your ribs even tighter. And inhale to release. And exhale to tuck. I'm maintaining a squeeze on the ball. So I'm already working my inner thighs and my glutes, right? Let's do 2 more. We're going to add on. This isn't a terribly hard movement. We are warming up our spine for articulation, right? So after this next, we're going to come up to sitting. We're going to tuck our tail, find our sacrum, and then we're going to come back to where our body would be in the curl up position. So I'm maintaining my rib to hip connection, my belly button is dropping towards my spine, my shoulder blades are coming down my back, I have a nice long neck. If I go too far over my arc barrel, I'm going to feel my ribs start to not flare, but start to pop up a little bit, let's say. When I reconnect and I come back up into that curl up position, just up on the arc barrel, it feels very different. If you were to lay me down on the floor, hopefully my curl up would look the same, right? I'm going to begin to articulate up. I'm going to hit that sacrum first, and then I'm going to untuck. So I'm going to hit that first exercise, tuck my sacrum, come back into the curl up. Come out of the curl up to the sacrum, flat on the arc barrel, come up to sitting tall. Really lengthen up, stack my shoulders over my hips, tuck my tail, sacrum, curl up position, sacrum, sitting tall, and exhale, sacrum, and articulate back. Again, don't come back too far. We're gonna make it there, but let's go ahead and make sure that we're hitting all the positions properly before we continue with our articulation. Wrap your ribs, draw your abdominals in. Good, let's do 1 more, and then we're gonna add on. Good, and up. So, we're gonna tuck our tail, come to the sacrum. Press back to the curl back position. Lay our spine down as if we're over a strand of pearls. So one vertebra at a time is going to lay down all the way to our head, unless we have head, neck, and shoulder issues. In that case, please just continue to the curl-up position. If we're able to, we're going to bring our arms back behind us, not back behind our ears. So we're going to stop above our ears. Circle our arms around wide. Palms up to the ceiling so you get a nice stretch across your pectoral muscles. When your arms come to a T and then begin to squeeze under your arms to lift, begin to crease at your sternum where your sternum and 12th vertebra are. Wrap your ribs. Draw your abdominals towards your hips. When your hands hit your hips, hit that curl up position. Come back through the sacrum and lift back up to sitting tall with your fingertips coming out of your sternum. Tuck your tail, sacrum, curl up, curl back, articulating over, placing your spine on the arc barrel. Circle your arms around when they get to the T. Come up, hitting that curl up position, squeezing under your arm. Come through your sacrum and sit up. Again, sacrum, curl up, come back. Circle your arms. Wrap your ribs as you come up. Tightening that corset around your ribs. Come up to your sacrum and lift. Let's reverse. So we're going to drop our arms down to our hips, hitting our sacrum. Begin to articulate to the curl up. Bring your arms to the T as you begin to articulate back, 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 back. Circle your arms up. Coming out of your sternum. Crease up over your sternum to hit that curl up position. Come through the sacrum and sit up and begin. Tuck your tail. Come back to the curl up. Articulate back. The slower and with more control you can do this. Wrap the ribs, sacrum, and up. The slower and with more control you can do these movements, the more aware of your movement you will be throughout the entire class. So we're still maintaining that squeeze on our inner thighs and glutes on the ball, right? Tuck your tail. Come down into the curl up position. Articulate back. Equally curling down on both sides of your back at the same time. Curl up, sacrum, and up to sitting tall. Good job, guys. We're going to go ahead and place our ball to the side for right now. Leave it nearby so you can go ahead and grab it when you need to. I'm going to come to a side-sitting Z-sit position. I'm facing the left side. My left hip is in the well. My right shin is perpendicular. My left shin is perpendicular. My right shin is connected to the mat. I do not want to move my leg. It's as if I have a magnetic strip from under my knee to my ankle, and it's connected to the mat below. When it starts to lift, I'm not using my obliques anymore. I've popped into a different part of my body, and I'm using that, most likely your back. I'm going to place my hand in the middle, slightly to the front of my body. I'm going to spiral over to my pinky blade edge and press into it by squeezing under my arm, pull my shoulder down my back. From there, I'm going to articulate down on my side. I'm going to connect my hip. I'm going to connect my waist, leaving my knee down. I'm going to connect my ribs, my underarm, and finally my head will lower. And I'll lift my top arm up and over for a nice side bend. Bringing my top arm back up to a T. I'm going to begin to press down on my arm, engaging underneath my arm, lift my head, lift my underarm, ribs, waist, and hip. And now back. Hip, waist, ribs, underarm, head, and reach. Arm back up to the T, and head, underarm. Make sure that knee is staying down, guys, okay? Your obliques are working to lift you up and help to lower you. It's a nice side bend. Try to hit all the spots on this side bend. One side is definitely going to be better than the other one. This is my least bendy side, personally. So I like to take my time through those sticky spots. Feel free to take your time. Maybe give a spot a little extra love. Especially if you feel your knee popping off, go ahead and stop there and see if you can place your knee down while deeply connecting with your obliques here. On this next one, we're going to stay down, we're going to do some arm circles. When we do the arm circles, our upper body can follow, but our hips should not shift, they should remain stacked the whole time, and our knees should not move off of the mat. And reach. And articulate down, 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 down. From there, I'm going to reach forward. My shoulder is going to dart forward slightly. My head will rock forward slightly as well. Bring my arm up and around and over. Will you get more movement if you move your knees? Yes. But this is a rotational exercise. You're really trying to warm up the spine and the shoulder socket. Now reverse when you're at the top after 3. Go back. Remember, try not to let your knee move. Try not to let your ribs sway. Good. And one more. Bring your arm back up. Bring it out to the T. Press into the underarm. Begin to peel your side body off of the arc barrel. Come through the center to the other side. So when I'm facing the right side, my right shin is perpendicular to the side of my mat. My left shin is pressing into the mat. I'm going to place my pinky blade edge a little in front of my body on the arc barrel to guide my body. I'm going to locate my hip, my waist, my ribs, my underarm, and my head, and reach the arm up and over. Nice stretch down the side. Bring your top arm back up to a T. Press down to lower the shoulder away from the ear. Press in with your pinky blade edge and begin to peel your head off, your underarm, your ribs, your waist, your hip. And now we're going to go hip, waist, ribs, underarm, head, and reach. Lift to a T and head, underarm, ribs, waist, hip, and continue. Inhale down. Exhale, wrap your ribs, drop your belly button back up. Make sure your knee is connected again, guys, okay? So, rotate down, or articulate down. Press your shin in. Locate that rib to hip connection. We have 2 more. And reach. I love the arc barrel. What a nice, stretchy class, right? I always feel so much taller afterwards. On this next one, we're going to stay down. We're going to do those arm circles again from the belly button up. Make sure that your hips and your knee is staying attached to the mat. We're going to rock forward slightly and rotate to the back. This is also a nice underarm massage on the arc barrel. Good, let's do one more. Draw your belly button to your spine, guys. And now rotate to the back. Just because my upper body's rotating slightly doesn't mean that it has to rotate a ton. Just a little bit to facilitate the stretch across the back. It feels so nice going to the back. And 3. Bring your arm up to a T. Press in to the mat. Your underarm. Begin to lift your head. Underarm, ribs, waist, and hip. Good job, guys. From there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rotate my barrel so that it's facing to the back. I'm going to adjust it slightly, just for ease. I'm going to adjust my sticky mats as well. There we go. From there, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to come to sitting, hold on behind my knees, roll back to the lesser arc on my barrel. The lesser slope. I'm going to slide down so the tips of my shoulder blades are connecting with the mat. I can find a nice neutral spine here. It's as if I'm in the curl up, slight curl up position without really having to do any work. I'm going to come to a flat sacrum. Locate that hollowness from hip to hip. Wrap my ribs. Draw my ribs to my hips slightly. Squeeze my legs together. If I don't have any shoulder issues, I'm going to reach back and hold on to my arc barrel, raising my elbows slightly. I'm going to draw one leg up to tabletop, and I'm going to draw the other foot up to tabletop. Make sure that you're not drawing your knees in too far. Bring it to a true tabletop. Point both feet in parallel, and extend your working level, and pull back. Make sure that you're not coming out of your neutral spine here. And exhale to extend. Good. I'm raising my feet feet slightly higher than I normally would because my head, neck, and shoulders are already raised a little bit higher. When I drop my feet lower, I can maintain it, but I feel like I'm getting into my low back a little bit, and I don't enjoy that. So if you feel that way, go ahead and raise your extension up towards the ceiling a little bit higher so it's easier to maintain a flat sacrum during the warm-up. Now extend and pull back. Flex your feet. Same parallel squeeze leg position. Keep your legs connected the whole time. Extend through your heels and pull back. Wrap your ribs. Don't allow your shoulders to creep up towards your ears. I have a light hold. I'm not holding on for dear life. So I'm not getting up in my upper neck here. I'm just feeling a nice stretch across my pecs as I'm doing this exercise. Good. Inhale or exhale and inhale. Whichever breathing you're doing is great. Now stay there. Come to a demi-point position and then point your toes. Pull your toes back to demi-point and flex. We're articulating through the foot. The demi-point or forced arch position where it's as if we're standing on the balls of our feet. Good. Make sure that you're not popping into your low back and your 12th rib is connected. Your bottom 12th rib. Good. Now pull your feet back in. Give them a hug real fast. We're going to come back to tabletop. Rotate our femur in the hip socket so we're in the frog position. We're going to press down through our toes so that we're in that demi-point forced arch position again. We're going to flex or extend our legs and pull it back, maintaining that pulled back toe position. Really stretching out through there, but stretching out through the front of our ankle by pointing our foot, just not our toes. Nice wide collarbones. Keep it going. As you extend your legs, try to feel that hollowness from hip to hip even deeper. And here's 10. Good. Bring it back into tabletop. Extend your arms up. Coming out, since you're already extended up, you're not going to extend them straight up to the ceiling. You're going to extend them more towards the tops of your knees at this point. Inhale, exhale to curl up, reaching your fingertips long towards your hips, pulling your head, neck, and shoulders off of the arc by creasing at your sternum, and then laying everything back down. Bring your hands back up to the tops of your knees, basically. They're not resting there, they're just hovering around that area. And lower. And exhale to lift. Drawing your ribs towards your hips, not tucking your tailbone to lift. Good. The movement's smaller, but it feels even more intense because you're not releasing that contraction. And now extend your legs and begin pumping for hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your inner thighs. Act as if you're fogging your mirrors. Exhale. One long continuous inhale. One long continuous exhale. Hollow out from hip to hip. Crease over the sternum. Don't crunch your chin to your chest or look up at the ceiling. Imagine you're holding an egg under your chin. You don't want to crush your chin to your chest and crush your egg. And you don't want to let your egg fly away. Don't flip your fingers up to the ceiling. Extend them towards the end of the mat. And pump vigorously. The hundreds is meant to pump blood through your body. Final. Bring your head, neck, and shoulders down. Bring your knees in. Give them a hug. Rock gently from side to side. Extend your legs long. Locate that position, adjust as you need to, so that your shoulder blades are on the tips of the mat. We're going to bring our hands up. Bring them up by your ears. Don't flare your ribs. Circle your arms around. As they get to the T, just like a warm-up, begin to curl your spine off the mat. Coming up into a C-shaped curve. Staying in the C-shaped curve. We're going into roll-up. Extend over your legs. Reach long. Don't let your hands drop to the mat. Pull back in that C-shaped curve. Articulate down and bring your hands up to your ears. Make sure that your ribs start flaring. We're wearing that corset super tight, guys. Bring your arms around when they get to the T. Extend over your legs and pull it back. Dropping your belly down, 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 down. Ooh, I'm creeping up on my barrel a little bit, so I'm going to scooch down just a little. When they get to the T, squeeze into your arms to pull yourself up. Inhale back. And exhale down. And inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale to pull back. And exhale down. Don't forget about the back chain of your body here, guys. It's working just as much as the front. Your legs shouldn't be limp noodles. Extend energy out of your legs as if you're shooting lightning to the end of the mat. You don't want to let your hip flexors get in on this, so you don't want your legs to pop up. We have 2 more. Again, if you've scooted up on your arc barrel, go ahead and calm down. Might feel like it's getting easier, but you want it to feel like it's getting harder, right? Final one. Adjust your body on the arc barrel. Reach over, inhale, pull back, 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 back. Pulling back from those ribs. And circle your arms around 1 more time. Good. From there, I'm going to bring right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop. Reach my hands at the tops of my knees. Inhale, exhale, curl up. We're moving into this series of 5. So I'm going to extend my left leg while I draw my right leg in. I'm going to draw it in tight without tucking. My left hand is on the inside of my right knee. My right hand is on the outside of my left leg. My back is still touching, but I have lifted up the tip tops of my shoulders and my head and neck. I am supported by my sternum. Exhale, switch. I'm pulling my leg in. My right hand is, or my left hand's on the outside of my left ankle. My right hand's on the inside of my right knee. That's so our leg can track and not go in or out wildly. And switch. And switch. Keep it going. Normally, we don't pull in this far, but we do have the nice support of the arc barrel. So keep the connection from your ribs to your hips. And try to drop your belly even further. 1 more. Since we have that connection, don't rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Draw both knees in. Extend your arms and legs for a double leg stretch. Arms to a T. When they get to the T, pull your legs in. See the pattern here? We're going to wait till arms get to the T to move anything else. Extend into a T and pull. Curl up deeper. Don't allow the arc barrel to make you lazy and to lean back on it. Really try to reach up off the arc barrel. We're halfway done with this exercise, and then we're going to rest our head, neck, and shoulders. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Give your legs a hug. We're going to go straight with the double leg lower left. I'm going to reach back and hold on to my arc barrel again unless I have shoulder problems. I'm going to extend my legs up to the ceiling. I could extend them closer to my nose, but I want them straight up to the ceiling, so I've already engaged my lower abdominals. I'm going to turn out to a Pilates V. My elbows are up in my periphery slightly. I'm going to lower 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, not losing my connection with my body, the box of my body, and exhale to slowly lift. I'm going to drop 1, 2, 3, slow exhale to lift. 1, 2, 3, slow exhale to lift. The 3 breaths that I'm doing are optional. You could do 1 continuous breath down. Let's do 2 more. I haven't lost that corset that I'm wearing, and I haven't lost my rib to hip connection. From there, I'm going to draw my knees into tabletop. Bring my head and my hands. My fingers are interconnected. My thumbs are long down my neck. I'm pulling my hands apart and pulling down underneath my arms to pull my shoulders away from my ears. Inhale, exhale to curl up. I'm going to maintain this curl up the entire time, not dropping back onto my shoulder blades. I'm going to extend my right leg and rotate my underarm towards my left knee. Come back through center, rotate my underarm to the other leg. You can draw the knee that you're rotating towards in further, but hit tabletop as you come through the center every time. Make sure the back hip's staying down. Think of the rotation that we did in the beginning of class on the oblique roll down against the arc barrel. You want to move from the belly button up. Curl up even deeper. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Rest your feet down. Extend them away from you slightly. Separate them about the width of the mat. No further. And go ahead and windshield or wipe your knees gently from side to side. Your back hip can lift. The rest of your body should stay down. It's not a movement where you're wildly jerking your body across. It's just a very gentle release on your legs. Good. Lift your legs up, hold them behind your knees. Tuck your chin to your chest, roll up. We're going to use the arc barrel for that tactile feedback that I was talking about at the beginning of class, where I have my back hip bones against the arc barrel. From there, I'm going to separate my feet so they're underneath my sits bones. We're going to do an exercise that is going to be made a little less challenging with the arc barrel, but it's going to allow us to really focus on the technique of the exercise. We're going to be doing neck pull. So, options for neck pull. You can take your fingers, touch your fingertips together, place them against between your eyebrows on your forehead, your third eye position. Squeeze down underneath your arms to pull your shoulders away from your ears. Or you could interlace your fingers, make your thumbs long down your neck, pull your arms apart and pull down to engage underneath your arms. Wrap your ribs the entire time. So our feet are flexed, our heels are directly underneath our sits bones. We're sitting tall. We've wrapped our ribs. We're going to flat back, hinge back. When we feel our sacrum begin to connect to the arc barrel, I'm going to tuck my tail and I'm going to articulate back in a nice back extension position. Try not to flare your ribs, lifting your lower back off the arc barrel. We want to keep connection on our lower ribs. And then we want to crease at the sternum, hit the curl up position on the arc barrel, pull our sacrum off, fold over our legs in a C-shaped curve. Hinge forward, coming into a flat back position. Lift up, growing taller, taller, taller. Hinge back. When our sacrum hits tuck our tail, articulate back, coming through the curl position. Lift up through the curl position. Find that C-shaped curve. Round over our legs. Flat back, hinge forward. Sit up tall. Flat back, hinge back. Tuck my tail. Sacrum's on the arc barrel. Find that curl up position and then articulate back. Don't crunch your egg on your chin at any time between your chin and your chest. Locate that curl up position. Notice the space I have between my chin and my chest here. I'm going to find that curl up position. Round forward. Flat back, hinge forward. Sit up tall. And I'm going to inhale. Exhale on the tuck and roll back. Inhale as I peel my spine off. Exhale as I come to the forward hinge and sit up. And inhale after I come through center. And I'm on my way back. Tuck my tail. Articulate back. Inhale. Wrap your ribs tighter. Hinge forward. Sit up tall. On the exhale. Inhale as you start back. And exhale. Inhale forward. And last count. And exhale all the way back up. When you're sitting tall, inhale. This is our final one. Tuck your tail, roll back. Inhale. Come through the curl up. Sacrum. Round forward. Flat back, hinge forward. And sit straight up. Release your feet. Give them a shake. We are going to go into spine stretch and then into soft. So I want to locate my back hip bones against my arc barrel. So I feel the tactile feedback the entire time. I'm not sitting on the arc rail, but I feel the connection. I'm going to separate my feet a little bit wider than they were for a spine stretch. I'm going to sit up tall. I'm going to bring my arms out in front of me. Come in over my sternum and 12th rib. I'm going to connect my ribs, tighten my core, so draw my abdominals up and in. Squeeze under my arms. Just like we've been doing for the curl up position in the arc barrel the whole time, we don't have the tactile feedback of the arc barrel anymore, but hopefully we can still find the curl up position sitting straight up in our bodies. We're gonna curl up, and then exhale, reaching through our legs, bringing our biceps by your ears. You're gonna inhale to pull back, and exhale back up. We're gonna do that one more time, and then we're gonna talk about the tactile feedback. So, crease at the sternum, come to the curl up position. And now, we're not going to lose connection with the arc barrel on our back sits bones at any time. So we're going to inhale, curl up, and as you pull back with, or pull forward with our hands, pull back with your abdominals so you're not rocking straight off. You want to keep your back hip bones connected the entire time to the arc barrel. It might feel a little weird, but you want to pull back strongly right here on your rib, right below your sternum. So inhale. Let's try 2 with a 2 count breath, or 4 with a 2 count breath. So we're gonna inhale, crease, and the curl up, pull through the legs, and exhale to pull back, and sit up tall, and inhale. Just because we're no longer doing the 4 count breath doesn't mean we skip the curl up position. We're gonna hit that curl up position, and pull back to the curl up position, and one more. Bring your arms out to a T, press down, and then bring them slightly in front of your periphery. Rotate to the left. We're gonna keep that back hip bone connected. Don't rock off of it. So pull back on your abdominals as you saw off your baby toe and pulse it. And articulate up through center to the right. It takes more abdominal control to do this. It's less of a stretching exercise here. It's more of an abdominal exercise. Rotate and dive. Dive, lift through center, feel yourself grow taller, and tighten your corset as you dive down. Don't lift your hip bone, your back hip bone off of the arc barrel. You want to maintain that connection. Now, shake out your legs real fast. We're going to bring them together in the center. I'm going to turn my feet to Pilates V and point them. This is not the traditional position for a spine twist, but we've been doing a lot of flex foot exercises, flex feet exercises here. I'm going to bring my hands on top of my shoulders, my tippy tops. I'm going to press down underneath my arms. I'm going to hinge forward, slightly stay out of my hip flexors. Lift up out of my low back. Rotate towards the left, through center. Rotate towards the right, through center. Imagine you have a rod going out the top of your head through your tailbone into the mat, and it won't allow you to lean back. You're rotating around the rod. And you're going taller through the center. Squeeze the undersides of your legs to achieve this. Good. Come back through center. We're going to lift our arms up, hinge forward, fold over our legs for a second. Take a nice deep breath. Articulate up to sitting. We're going to rotate around. We are going to do some exercises with our sacrum on the arc. Sacrum and low back, depending on what exercise we do. I'm going to bring my feet onto the step. I'm going to sit at the front apex. I'm going to hold on underneath, articulate down, and I'm going to roll or slide back. I want my sacrum to be flat, 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 flat on the arc barrel. I'm going to hold on underneath, pressing my arms and shoulder blades in without flaring my ribs. Squeeze my legs in, try to flatten my sacrum, but don't lift it up yet. From there, I'm going to inhale, exhale in preparation for reverse ab curl. Tuck, imprint my spine, tuck my tail, and lift my spine up. I'm not hopping it. Place it back down. And lower. I'm bringing my ribs towards my hip. This doesn't feel like a lot, but it should feel like you're peeling your spine off of the mat. As long as you cannot lift your shoulders, feel free to pull it back a little bit further. And come back. And peel. And lower your spine equally. Let's do one more. Good. We're gonna lift our feet out to the ceiling. We're gonna do corkscrew. So, feet go straight up. Don't allow them to come towards your nose just yet. And now bring your feet to 12 o'clock without lifting your sacrum. Now, don't lift your hips for this first corkscrew. So your legs will rub against each other to accommodate the circle without moving your hips. It's as if you have each side of your hip cemented down and you can't move them. You can't move your tailbone off either. So don't lose the connection with the box of your body. Don't lose that rib to hip connection. Doing corkscrew in a tuck position is not typical, but we are about to add on. So we're gonna leave our legs straight up to the ceiling and reverse ab curl with straight legs. Not coming any higher than the 12th rib. I went a little high at the time. Don't lift your hips. Do corkscrew one. Now, their 12th rib is right back here. Circle around. And up. And lift. And circle. And up. And lift your back hips. Lift your sacrum. And circle. And up. And circle, and up, and lift, and circle, and up. Final lift. Now from there, we're going to extend one leg away, extend one leg towards our nose, and switch. This is scissors too. It should feel like a nice, stretchy scissors. Don't swing your legs around. You want to keep your upper body completely still as your legs move. Shoot energy out of your toes to really extend your legs long. Final set. Now, bring your legs into tabletop. Extend your right leg up. Draw your left bent knee towards your nose as your right straight leg extends away from you. We're doing bicycle, but we want to make sure it's stretchy. As your right foot begins to bend, extend your left leg and continue to bicycle. Bring your right bent knee towards your nose, extending your left leg long. And then as one leg bends, the other leg straightens. Try to touch the floor of the mat with your foot that's bending after it's straight. One more on each side. Now, stop when your right foot's extended, your left knee's bent. We're gonna reverse. Bring your left leg down as your right straight leg comes towards your nose. Bend your right leg, extend your left leg long. Bring your right foot down, and then bend. Good. Excellent, guys. Very, very good. We're almost there. Bring both legs up to the ceiling. Turn it out to a Pilates V. Go ahead, flex your feet. Point your toes. Nice little stretch. Bring your toes towards your nose. Don't lift your sacrum off. Separate your feet the width of the mat. Bring your feet down towards the end of your mat. Squeeze your legs together. Come up through the center, maintaining a turn out. Rotating your femur in the hip socket the whole time. Separate your legs to the bottom. Squeeze and lift. Separate. Double leg circles, think of them more as rectangles here though. Keep your shoulder blades flat on the mat. And reverse, bring it down and open and lift and squeeze. Try not to move your upper body. Good. 3. Hollowing up from hip to hip, wrapping your ribs. 1 more. Now, bring your knees into tabletop. Extend them straight to the ceiling though. So don't allow your back to flare up. Press it down still and just rock gently from side to side. From below the belly button, guys. We're talking about rotation without lifting other parts of our body today. Leave your shoulder blades flat on the mat. It's just a nice little release. Excellent. We're going to place our feet down. We're going to leave our feet on top of the archway. We're going to slide down so that our sits bones are pressing into the back. Now, we're going to do some bridging from here. So platform your arms down by your side. First, we're going to imprint our spine, tuck our tail, squeeze our glutes, and lift. Make sure they're not popping up here, guys. You can't lift your head. You've come up too far. You should feel a nice sort of crease at your sternum here. Squeezing up and articulate down. Do you know what I forgot? I forgot our ball. I'm going to place it between my knees again. I'm going to tuck my tail, imprint my spine, and articulate up, squeezing the ball the whole time. Can I lift my head? I can. And come down. And tuck my tail and lift. Stay there. We're going to pulse in on the ball for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Using just your right glute, we're going to pulse in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stabilize with your right leg. Pulse with your left glute for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Articulate back down. We're going to do the lower lift bridge where we squeeze our glutes to lift and lower. Make sure that you're not popping up so high so fast that you pop onto your neck. Inhale, exhale to left. Squeeze your glutes, one straight line from our knees to our hips, from our hips to our arms. Can you lift your head? And lower everything at the same time and squeeze up and lower. Squeeze up and stay. Extend your right leg and lower. We're going to start marching. Left leg extend and lower. Right and lower. Try not to shift your hips. So ground through that glute on the standing leg and ground. 4. We're only going to 5. And 5. And lower down. Remove the ball. Give your knees a nice hug. Rock gently from side to side. Scoot yourself away from the arc row so you can roll up. We're going to do some leg pull, front and just regular leg pull. So we're going to come down so that our hands are on top of the apex or the top arch of our barrel. My fingers are wrapped around to the side. I'm squeezing underneath my arms, pull my shoulders away from my ears. I'm going to extend one leg to bird dog and the other leg to bird dog, coming into a plank. I'm in a Pilates V Plank, so I'm up on my toes, and my toes are apart and my heels are together. From there, I'm going to point and lift my right foot without shifting my hips and lower. Point and lift my left foot. Right foot, and left foot, and right foot. Try not to shift. Try not to get up into your abdominals. Try not to sway out your low back. Drop your ribs towards your hips just a little bit. Good. One more to each side. From there, I'm going to drop one knee, drop my other knee. That was leg pull front. We're going to do 2 versions of the other leg pull. So a modified leg pull and a leg pull more classical. I'm going to come to sitting on the top of my apex. My feet are flat on the floor. My hands are facing aside, my thumbs on top. Squeeze under my arms. Lift my hip, walk it out to a tabletop. I'm going to march my right foot up and lower. Just like we did for bridging, I'm going to shift my weight to my standing leg so that my hips don't shift. spine here. One more to each side. Now, if this is good for you, great. Keep it going. If you'd like to continue on, extend your feet out long. Squeeze your glutes to lift in a reverse plank. Float your right leg up and lower. Left leg up and lower. Squeeze underneath your arms to lift it up. Wrap your ribs. Good. Extend your legs long. Squeeze up higher. One more. Good. Walk your legs back to the tabletop. Scoot your foot or your booty under you. Let's stretch out our wrists real fast. I'm going to extend my right hand in front of me, my right arm. I'm going to leave my palm facing the ground. I'm going to pull my palm back to my belly button. Whew. Right? I'm going to flip my palm away from me. Pull my fingertips towards my nose. I'm going to flip my palm. Pull my fingertips back towards my body. Bring my palm towards me. And gently coax my hand back towards my face as well. Other direction. Palm facing down. Pull your palm back towards your body. Gently, guys. We don't want to hurt ourselves, right? Flip your palm up towards your fingers up. Palm facing away from you. Pull your fingers back towards your nose. Flip your palm up. Pull your fingertips down. Don't allow your shoulder to pop up, so pull it down. Now fingertips up towards the ceiling. Pull your hand back, back, back. Good job. We're going to be doing some exercises where we want to pull the barrel more towards the middle. So hopefully you have the 2 sticky mats for safety. Let's adjust our sticky mats. To wherever you need to. Excellent. I'm going to come lying down so that my hips are on top of the apex. This is one of the parts that we were talking about where if you would like the towel so that it doesn't hurt your hip bones, you should get it. I'm going to come down, sliding my body down. I extend it over the barrel. I have my shins resting on this step. My legs are extended long beside me. I'm going to bring my hands down, squeezing my elbows in towards the barrel. I'm going to lift up into a tricep push-up and lower. As I step, I'm trying to keep my spine in a neutral position. My ribs are out, my belly's drawing out. I'm squeezing under my arms. I have a nice long neck. This is a tricep exercise. Good. One more, and then we're going to start doing some one-handed ones. Now, what can you do with your arm that's not working? You can place it in the middle of your head, like we did on neck pull, or you can place it at the small of your back. Either way, don't allow your shoulder to come in or out. Now, for my hand that's working, it's going to be my left hand. I'm going to bring it in towards my nose, but not crossing the midline on my face. So, come down. I found the position. I'm going to press up and lower. My hand is angled in as well. So I'm not squeezing in anymore, but I am trying to maintain my body so that I'm not shifting to one side. Again, neutral spine up and neutral spine up. I'm going to come back down around with the barrel, so not quite neutral. If at any time you feel like this is too much on your hip bones or pelvis, go ahead and grab that towel. I'm going to switch hands, bring my right hand in towards the center of my face, bringing my left hand to the middle of my forehead or behind the small of my back. I'm going to press up and lower. Don't lose that connection with your abdominals. Draw your belly up and in. 3. 4, go ahead and look in a mirror wherever you can to make sure that you're maintaining that neutral spine. Good. Halfway there with these. Squeeze your glutes. Excellent. Now from there, I'm going to bring both hands down to the side, squeezing the arc barrel one more time. We're going to be doing some modified swan dive work. So I'm going to press my body up into a swan now. Not neutral spine so much more of a chest expansion. I'm going to float my legs up. I squeeze my glutes and hamstrings. As I rock forward, bringing my forehead or nose towards the mat, I'm going to squeeze my legs up, and I'm going to press up into the swan. Not necessarily dropping my legs, still maintaining that lift on my glutes and hamstrings. Lower and lift. If this is too much for your body, you can do just a swan with your legs connected to the step. You can do it on the floor. Good. From there, I'm going to lower my legs, lower my body. I'm going to press myself back. We're going to do swimming on the arc barrel. In order for me to maintain my balance with swimming on the arc barrel, I have to come to my belly button being on top of the arc. I'm going to extend my hands and legs. I'm going to float it up, and I'm going to make adjustments. Now, if you feel like you're in a good position, this next time when we float up, we're going to begin swimming. So inhale and exhale. Reaching energy out of our fingers and hands, bringing our biceps by our ears. This is very challenging. Wrap your ribs, squeeze your glutes, draw in towards the midline to help maintain balance. If you're flying out wildly like this, your body's going to rock. The closer you are to your midline, the easier it will be to balance and not rock on your body. Bring your ears by your biceps, so don't lift your head up. Extend out further and lower down to the mat for a nice rest. Because let's face it, that was extremely tiring. We're going to go into sideline legs. Again, this is the spot where you might like the towel underneath your hip bone. If you have neck problems, shoulder problems, please feel free to do this on the mat without your arc barrel. I'm going to bring my hip to the top of my arc barrel. I'm going to have my elbow underneath my shoulder, and then I'm going to come up and I'm going to rest my head in my hands. I flex my top foot, I flex my bottom foot. I'm going to rest my hand on top of my apex. I'm going to point my foot forward and flex to pull it back. If you're rocking on your arc barrel, you're going to fall off. So make your movement smaller as you need to, so that you're not rocking. Now that we've done the third one, bring your foot to center. If you can, bring your bottom foot to join your top foot. Here we go. Here's the challenging part of class. Drop your shoulder away from your ear so that you're not getting in to that trap muscle or your neck muscles. 2 more here. Belly to spine. Wrap your ribs. Now point your feet, turn it out to a Pilates V. If you need to do the first few with the foot lowered on the step again, feel free. Otherwise, let's lift it up and flex to lower it. For me personally, this one's a lot easier than the flex, but one to maintain my balance on. But everybody's different, right? So point it to lift it, flex it, and squeeze your inner thighs. Good. One more. Now, lift your foot up just a little bit, circling from the glutes, so your body should be shifting on the arc barrel. We're going to 10 small circles, about the size of an apple, a big apple. 9, 10, and reverse. Extend energy out of that bottom leg so it's not moving too much. Good. Bring your leg down. Come up to sitting carefully. We're going to go to the other side for sideline legs, and then we're going to do a few exercises sitting in the well. And guys, then we're going to be done. So I'm going to come to the other direction. Bring my hip up on top of the apex of the arc barrel. Ooh, extend my bottom leg, connected with the step so I can get my body in position. Stack my hips, bring my elbow underneath my shoulder, rest my head in my hands. Flex both my feet. My hands on top of the apex. Flex to squeeze my glutes and pull it back. Kick it forward, flex to pull it back. One more. Now, bring your foot back to center, bring your foot up. This is an advanced version of sideline legs because you have less connection or less support on the underside of your body. Good. Squeeze your ribs. Here's 9. And here is 10. Now, bring your legs together. Turn them out to Pilates feet. Again, if you feel unstable here, place your bottom leg down on the step for 3. Otherwise, we're going to point to kick our foot up, flex it, and lower. And point to lift. Try to articulate through the foot as you point and flex it. So articulate at the top and articulate at the bottom. Good. Wrap your ribs. Try to maintain a neutral spine on the side. Don't allow your ribs to sink down. Lift up out of that arm. Ooh, is it warm in here or is it just me? Squeeze your glutes, guys. Extend that energy out of that bottom leg. Now lift your foot up a little bit. 10 small circles on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't sink in this side either. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully press yourself up. Don't get wild with it, guys. Okay. From there, we can leave our arc barrel where it is. I'm going to hold on gently behind my knees, gentle fingers, tuck my tail, come back to the curl position, bring my elbows back, squeeze them in on the arc barrel. Nice, wide open pectoral muscles. I'm not going to lose connection with my back or sacrum at any time in the arc barrel. I'm going to extend my right leg up. I'm going to do single leg circles. So I'm going to have to take my bottom leg for that so it doesn't hit, and extend it into a frog, actually. So sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier. Extend, inhale across, exhale up. Your upper body shouldn't be moving. Good. I know you're feeling a little something in your quads. We're going to do teaser next in a diamond shaped position though. Don't allow your sits bones to shift up in here. If that's happening, get a better connection. I'm sorry, I lost control of my leg. Get a better connection from your rib to hip. Good. Now draw your leg in. Give it a hug. Place it down in the diamond or frog position. Squeeze back. Don't allow yourself to shift back. When I started to lose control just then, it was because I shifted back too far and I lost that curl up position. So I want to extend the left leg. Inhale across. Don't allow your body to sink in to the more comfortable position against the arc barrel. It's easy to do. And now we're going to reverse it. Inhale and exhale up. Good. Here's 5 and 6. Now hug that knee in. Good job. So, I'm going to leave my feet in the diamond position. I'm going to roll back. I'm going to bring my hands up by my ears. Don't flare up so high that your back pops off. So bring your arms up to wherever you can and maintain that position. So you're going to have to maintain a squeeze on your corset or your ribs. Bring your arms around. When they get to the T again, you're going to crease at your sternum, articulate up, float your feet up to tabletop. Extend your legs to teaser, leaving your sacrum connected to the arc barrel, so you're maintaining that abdominal connection. Pull your legs back to diamond, without moving your legs, articulate down. When you get to the curl-up position, you're going to lower your head, neck, and shoulders to the legs. Don't flare up out of your back off of the arc barrel. Inhale around. When you get to the T, wrap your ribs, drop your belly to your spine, curl up and lift your legs from your abdominal. Extend your legs in teaser. Nice open collarbone, nice strapped ribs. Bring it back to diamond as you begin to articulate back. And lower over the arc barrel. One more. Last one, best one. As my teacher Katie Rowley says, extend your legs, shooting energy out of your toes. Lift your arms up and lower them. And lift and lower. One more and lower. Bend your knees into a diamond. Tuck your tail. articulate back, and lower down. Now circle your arms around when they get to the T. Exhale, lift, leave your legs down. We're gonna do a nice mermaid, oblique, roll down combo here at the end class. Just 3 to each side, guys. So, I'm facing, well, I guess now I'm facing the right side. So, my right leg is perpendicular, my left leg is connected. Remember, we're not moving the left leg off the mat. Again, my hand is on the pinky blade edge to the front part of my body, not the back, so I can maintain that nice side bend. Find that nice articulation. Hip, waist, ribs, underarm. Head, it might be a little easier now. Arm up and overhead. Come up to a T. Begin to pull your spine off of the mat. Take your left hand, place it on top of your right knee, palm up. Press into it so you're reaching up and over to the side. Nice long neck, true side bend, no rotating forward or back. Up to a T. Place your pinky blade edge down. Articulate down, 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 down. Enjoy the movement. Find the breath. I'm going to give any breathing here. Just make sure that you can find a nice breath. Really feeding your mind and your body through the movement. And up. Now come through center. We're going to go to the other side, facing technically the left. So my left leg is going to be in front. My right leg is going to be connected to the mat. Pinky blade edge in front of the body. Wrap your ribs, abdominals up and in. Connect your hip, your waist, your ribs, your underarm, your head, and reach. And reach it up to a T. Press in and articulate it. This is my side that's not as stretchy. It is definitely my tighter side. I can tell by the way my knee wants to lift. Don't forget to keep your knee down the whole time though, guys. It's really going to help you to train those obliques a little bit better. Bring your hand across and reach over. Press into that knee with your hand on the knee. Just stretch it up and out. Final one. Nice articulation. I almost lost it there. And up. And reach it across. Bring your arms back to a T. Come back to the center before you get off so that you don't torque your knee or hurt yourself in any other way. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope that everyone has a wonderful day. Thank you.